They say summer is the time to live in Chicago. Well, that's extended into autumn as we are ready to roll under blue skies at Soldier Field. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Chicago Bears. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Kene Nwagu now out of his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. First play's a run with Nwagu. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. They'll take that 14 yards on play number 1. Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
Cousins, and the throw here caught by Addison. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. The end result, 21 yards. Up the middle, Nwagu. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. You look at this Bears defense, and they've been excellent against the pass, the number 6 unit in the NFL.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
Play fake. Cousins. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
You get a sense of what this game plan might be. They think they can take a few home run shots against this defense. They tried it there on the opening drive, but that ball's incomplete.
On third down, Cousins. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want their body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
It was T.J. Edwards who brought him down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Now a 2nd and 10. First carry now for Alexander Madison. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal. Cousins to throw it. This goes out wide from Madison. Touchdown! Alexander Madison, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Joseph connects on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. To throw is Fields. That's complete to his running back, Herbert. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings. This crew against the pass, issues at times. Ranked number 24, Charles, in the NFL.
They're in the bottom 10 in the league. I mean, when you look at their talent, you would think that they'd be much better. Overall, I don't think there's any question you'd have to say that they've underachieved.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Dean Lowry gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10.
At their own 45-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week. And you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it, because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
Down to the 42, 2nd down. This defense for the Bears, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
2nd down, Cousins. Completes it to the fullback, Ham. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now we've got a 3rd and 3. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. They'll come up now 3rd and 3. To throw is Cousins. That is incomplete. When you're trying to throw inside the box, you need to put some heat on it. It helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This from 54 yards away. The kick by Joseph is good. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. 3-2, their record through the first 5 games of the year as they got the victory last week. It's still early, just October, but what have you seen from these guys so far?
Well, what I've seen is a team that's still figuring out all their pieces, because they've got some new faces from a year ago. And in some new draft picks. Sometimes it takes a month or so before you really start to gel as a team, and for those players to figure out their roles. But right now, I see them starting to elevate.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields. And that's off the mark, incomplete. The Bears at 3-2, a game over 500 here to start the season. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. And I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
Here's Fields. Locates Mooney on the out route. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
A man who led the league in yards per carry last year, it's Khalil Herbert. So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. From the 50, here's Fields. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the Vikings are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 46-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
On second down, here's Nwangu. And now the ball's out, fumble near midfield. And this is picked up by the Bears. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And a big loss here as he's taken down. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Defensively, they came into the game with the understanding they're going to have to slow him down on passes just like this because he was over 100 yards receiving a week ago. And you know they want to get him involved here as well.
Well, a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17. Fields. And that will be incomplete.
Not many boos just yet from this home crowd, but they may be starting soon as I'm starting to detect an uneasy murmur through this crowd. This offense, they've been lifeless in this first half. And now here's another punting situation and a 4th down.
This is taken at about the 14. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And it will be Vikings ball 1st and 10.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. Cousins now on 2nd down. Powell on the catch. Nothing flashy there. The slant to the slot.
Oh, and the frustration for the defensive guys because it's a quick play. And you know it's going to be a bang-bang play in terms of the throw and the catch. And then he's able to absorb the contact and complete it.
Here is 3rd down and 4. Working out of the gun. Cousins. And that is incomplete.
I see so proud of this defense because they've been showing the best coverages on 3rd down. So far, one conversion on a handful of attempts. One area they're game plan that they've executed to perfection.
Here's Jones on the return. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And the Bears take over.
At their own 37-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And Charles, what a battle this is within the division, because these guys, they've got the lead, but not by much. On the other side of the field, they're knocking on the door and trying to equal them in the wins category.
And I love that second part that you talked about, equaling them in the wins category, because if somehow you get down to the end of the year and they're tied in record, head-to-head's always the first tiebreaker. So the winner of this game, they'll have a big advantage.
Here we go, tonight. Go.
Now a first down throw, Fields. Still going inside the 20. Touchdown, Chicago. DJ Moore, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bears are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Santos with the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. He's on his way. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Kene Nwangu. His third rushing touchdown of the year. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, put the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
A play fake, now Fields to throw. Looking deep here from Mooney. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Here's Fields now on second down. And that's going to be incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Throwing on third down, Fields. A throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is taken at the 15. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And they will take over first and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
He lets one go deep for Addison. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
A second down throw for Cousins.
No, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jaquan Brisker.
And the Bears are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
First and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on first and second down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain. But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And that's what friends are for.
As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer, and put your defense in a bad spot.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together.
Final 10 seconds of the half as they've got it 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Santos' kick is up and through, and that will do it for this first half. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. One touchdown is the difference. 17-10 our score, and we are back underway on EA Sports. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
On first down, right back to Herbert.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
I have to think a major focus at a halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. They'll run with Herbert. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. He'll give up 6 yards there on the loss, and it'll bring up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And we'll see what he can do on the return. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They'll start on the ground here with Nwangu. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Now, I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Give left side here for Nwangu. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 121 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, "I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along."
And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now, hotly contested in the 3rd quarter. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 2 yards to go, 2nd down. Throwing, Cousins. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll try to get it on the ground with Madison. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Alexander Madison, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Joseph connects on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. 16 yards is the pickup there and a 1st down for Chicago. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one goes for 30 yards. Now it's Fields. Forced out to his left. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Justin Fields, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Bears are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that cuts the lead to 24-17. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Cousins now. Over the middle, complete. That's Osborne. Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6. And that's going to bring up a third down. It's got to be so tough having the ball in the middle of the field like that, knowing that a linebacker is just waiting to make a big tackle like we just saw.
No doubt about it, because offense coordinators love to call plays and send receivers into the middle of the field. And linebackers, they want to naturally discourage those plays from being called.
Throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. Here's Ryan right now as he'll kick it away for the second time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Oh, the return is Jones. So both teams trade touchdowns in the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And it feels like the momentum has shifted. They scored, then their defense forces that last punt. And now a chance to tie the game on this possession. Tackle made there by Jordan Hicks. Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. Play action. It's Fields. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. The Bears on third down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. To throw is Fields. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Here's Fields. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. And now they're in the hurry up. Throwing on 2nd and long. Fields. That's complete right side to Kmet. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They need 12 here. It's 3rd down. Off play action, Fields. And this is caught. He hits Moore. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. He has a first down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. On play action, Fields. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear in risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get him the completion.
Second and 10. Throwing again is Fields. And he's going to go down here as sack. They push him back to the 34. So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Well, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the Vikings are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line.
I'm not sure I'm absolutely crazy about that play call there. I mean, it's only a one-score game, so is it really time to go bombs away and try and make a big play? I think you can take some underneath stuff and still move it downfield.
And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Straight ahead, here's Nwangu. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back. Tell them to take care of the ball. And try to move forward.
This should have been intercepted, and it winds up falling incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
It has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10. Right at the 50-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
From the 50, here's Fields. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
From the gun on 3rd down, Fields. That is caught by Herbert. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Fields throw there, complete to Mooney. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They've got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
Back to throw, Fields. That's complete to his running back, Herbert. Touchdown, Bears! Khalil Herbert, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
This is 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll run with Nwangu. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Here comes 2nd down. Cousins to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away. Incomplete.
He has back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. One incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Where will the pressure come from? 4th and 6 now. Now Cousins on 4th down. Oh, look at this. It's intercepted. Tyreek Stevenson picks it off. And they will score. Pick 6 for the Bears. Touchdown. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
Probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Cousins. Pass complete. It's Hockenson. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Final minute. 1 timeout remaining. 1st and 10. Here's Cousins. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. How about the call to come with the blitz there in this situation?
And some of those calls happen just because of what they do on offense. So when they send out a number of people in the pattern, sometimes they just make a change on defense. Say, okay, we'll come after you instead. And that's exactly what they did.
Just over 50 seconds remain. Here's 2nd and 10. Now Cousins. He's going to let it fly. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Call it a gain of 11 yards, and that should just about do it. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. 5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining.
Here we go.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. That one looks like he'll throw here. They'll set up the screen to Herbert. And he is going to have the Bears first. And that should be the capper. That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the 4th quarter. Both offense offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they